Hey everybody, today is January 2nd, 2023, and I have decided to offer the collective, as best I possibly can, a daily inspirational video for 30 days. I'm going to start with 30 days and see how it goes. I've already taken probably about 20 clips, and then I'm going, how am I going to get through 30 days if it takes me 20 clips to record a small video for you? But that is the perfectionist in me, and that is something that I am learning to let go of, especially in 2023, to really embrace who I am authentically in the form that I am in every single day. The practice of yoga reminds us to show up regardless of how we are feeling emotionally, physically, that we always have something to either learn, heal, or grow through. And it's important to acknowledge when we are in that state of feeling like we are not enough, which leads to having to have the perfect video or the perfect message for you. So this is take number 25 or whatever it is for today, and it's going to be the one. These daily inspirational videos will be insight from either tarot cards that I pull, spirit messages that I get while I'm dreaming, any other inspirational books that I am engulfing my mind in. Today's inspiration came from the Sacred Earth Oracle deck, and I absolutely love this deck because the cards are amazingly beautiful. I pulled the card patterns today, and if you can see just how intricately, is that the word? Intricate the details are of the card. The woman is looking kind of somber, and she's holding her hands at her heart. And it's this notion that sometimes the things that we hold at our heart create patterns or triggers within us that are unhealthy and that we want to let go of and release, but maybe we aren't sure how. And so how appropriate to start January 2nd with this idea of looking at the patterns within ourselves, or at least one or two that we want to heal or grow from, 2 days into this new year. The idea of tarot cards is that we ask our higher power to deliver us a message. And so depending on what spirit or higher power you believe in, if you pray, it's the same thing as really pulling a tarot card. It's just a different form of receiving something that resonates you from your higher power or God. So the earthly meaning of the card pattern says a feeling that history is repeating. The patterns in your past, in your childhood, in your relationships, in your career are escapable. Stop and learn the lesson so you can move forward. There is no need to mindlessly or endlessly hit repeat. Look outside of what you know and break a cycle. Someone, perhaps the universe, is trying to tell you something. A unique response to a repeated problem is needed. And that's where I've been at in my world lately, is I've been repeating a pattern in my relationships that are causing me pain and suffering. And I'd like to move away from that in 2023. Sometimes when we are trying to change a pattern, we have to set boundaries. And that in itself is a tough task to implement at times, right? At the end of the day, we set boundaries so that we move through life easier. It affects the other people that we are setting the boundaries with, but they are on their own then to absorb the information that's being presented to them and learn how to either embrace or move away. I know for myself, setting boundaries oftentimes brings up this feeling of being alone or rejected because the boundary isn't always embraced by the other person. And it is my purpose in 2023 to feel less alone, to know that I am filling my own cup so that I don't have to rely on somebody else to do that for me. That's a huge undertaking for somebody that has been looking for that. I've been looking for somebody to fill my hole, and it's time that I close it up myself. What patterns are within you today that you can acknowledge that maybe are pointing the finger at somebody else for their participation in it? Everything stems from within us. The answers are always within us. And it does take a lot of courage and humility and vulnerability to take a look deep inside and say, yeah, it's actually me. It's me that has this pattern within myself that is causing the reaction or response in somebody else. When we can get to the point of owning our own behaviors, letting go of the shame and guilt that are tied to them, we can move through life a little freer and easier. So if you're somebody that likes to journal or just wants to sit in reflection, think of a pattern today that, you are consistently seeing with somebody else in your world. Start there first and then flip it and see what the inner dialogue is that you go through when that pattern is upon you. That's the message for today. It might be a little jumbled, it might be a little rambled, but I'm going to lessen the need to be perfect in 2023 too. And this is where I'll begin. Thanks for listening. Have a beautiful rest of your day.